Welcome back. So I have taken a walk down the stretch from Castle down to Saul. So pre-baiting is just starting, so I'm just going to turn my camera around. So this is peg 473. It is very, very blustery. So this is a wider section of the canal down here. For those of you who haven't fished it, we're down not too far from Saul, from sort of junction. And this 10 minutes is just a chance for all of the anglers to pre-bait their swims. Steve's just casting over the far bank. So you won't be able to see too clearly on my camera, but straight in front of him, he doesn't have any lilies, but the next peg in is sort of on the edge of the lilies, so between Steve and the next guy down. It's a small... Oh no! A little bit of a problem there for Steve. His feed has just come off. On the upside, he's at least fed the peg. So, quick change there for the local. So I'm just going to pan around and show you whereabouts we are at the minute. So we are just not too far a walk down from the bridge and the Stables Cafe. Now, as with all the international matches, they get 10 minutes pre-baiting period. The match itself will start at 11 o'clock, and we're fishing from 11 o'clock until 4 o'clock today. I'm going to walk as much of it as I can, so I'll park my car up by Castle Bridge. So the plan is that we will walk all the way down the stretch, all the way to the the first Manning Castle section, which is Castle Up, and we will go and have a little look and see how they're getting on. So we're going to stay live, won't chat too much. If anyone does join and you want to make a comment, then feel free. I will do my best to answer it. It's the next cast for Steve. Like I said, it's very windy, so you'll have to forgive a lot of the wind noise. And I'm probably going to get soaking wet. We are forecast heavy rain. It was originally forecast from 1 o'clock. Having checked on the radar, it's looking like it's going to be a lot sooner than that. So I'm fully expecting to get soaking wet around about half past 11, quarter to 12, I think. I'm not sure it'll let me get into my car first. I do have an umbrella with me. So that could be interesting.
You go away.
I'm gonna have a little walk, I think. Good luck for the rest of the match. Okay, we'll have a little walk. Let's make our way down the canal bank. So you're just going to walk with me. It's going to be quite nice. After giving the usual gem of luck to poor Steve, we're going to walk down and see how the others are getting on. So just opposite here, so it's got a nice little bench I could sit in if I was taking a break. You see that big black cloud? That is not the camera exaggerating, that is looking pretty dark. So just over the bank there, a couple of patches of lilies. It's quite a wide part of the canal, so sort of further on down, around about 426, 427, you've only got about 16 metres width. It starts to open up a little bit as you get closer down to junction. A little bit more of a chuck for the feeder. a tricky section to walk while they're pre-baiting, because I don't want to get in the way. So just let these guys crack on. All right. So I'm not sure how good my signal will be for this whole length. I don't get any feedback on the camera settings about the signal, so if it drops out, apologies. I'll have a listen back later to as much of it as I can. Getting blown around a little bit now. We are about halfway through the pre-baiting period now, I think. So you just get 10 minutes. Check on my watch. Yeah, 10:50. Oh, I have been told that the signal's poor. Okay. I'm going to keep walking down. Right then. Apparently, signal was a bit better again, so got a little bit of a break in anglers. I'm just going to have a little wander up this way. So there's a few minutes to go until the all-in. Match starts at 11, finishes at 4. There are 3 sections per zone. So you've got Zone A and Zone B. Zone B is the section that I'm walking currently. So or the zone I'm walking currently. We are walking from Saul towards Castle. There are 3 sections of 12 within each zone, and all the anglers who are fishing down this section, this zone, I'm going to keep getting that wrong, today are fishing Zone A tomorrow. So Zone A is Pilot up to Netheridge. We'll have a little walk along there later. Quite a still section here. There's a lot of protection from the trees, from the wind. It's a quite nice bit to walk. Not too long to go now. Should have the all-in any time. See a few fish holed up around there. Right then, it's 11 o'clock. We are go. Oh, see a little bit of wildlife. So, incredibly windy and the signal's poor, so this is going to be a tricky section to cover. Let's watch my footing. Bit of gardening. Always nice to get hit in the face by a bit of tree. Right, slightly wilder section here, so not too worried about the lack of signal. I'm just going to carry on chatting to myself and watching the birds flying. Feels like an untouched area down here. It's beautiful, really. Look out over the fields, and we're at peg 447 If anyone wanted to walk this far with their fishing kit or with a picnic table and a chair or a blanket, picnic blanket, who's going to carry a chair or a table this far? Unless you've got a boat, it's a bit different. Just look out over the fields. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Done some drone flying around on one of the local farms here, and it was just gorgeous. Not able to put the drone up today, it's way too gusty. My drone is not capable of flying in the 30 plus mile an hour gusts that we've got at the moment, but that means I can do more on the ground stuff, so I'm quite happy with that. I'll keep this running as the signal is dropping out, so I can just keep on chatting to myself and wait for that to come good. Oh, so if you can hear me, I have a little app on my phone called the Rain Alarm. It's a really good app. It's pretty reliable, and it's just gone off to let me know that it's raining within the zone that I specified. So we're going to be getting wet shortly, which is exciting. This is peg 442. Just here. Look at those lilies. Bet there are some fish over there. I love the Gloucester Canal. I much prefer fishing natural venues than commercials, although I love going to commercials. I love pretty much all fishing, but I was brought up on the Gloucester Canal. My first ever fish, which was a ruff, was caught from a peg just near to the Pilot Bridge, opposite the Pilot Pub. I went with my dad. It was brilliant. Absolutely loved it ever since. Not so much pleasure fishing, but I do love match fishing. I go on a few of the local matches these days. Don't do quite so much nationals. I might give it a try. Might poke my head in on a national here and there to fish. But yeah, I love the natural venues. They are definitely my favourite. The walk's not my favourite. I need to do what my dad's done and get an electric trolley, I think. That'll help. Okay. Reaching the next section of anglers. Four rods set up and one in. Looks like a set of TDRs, very nice. My personal preference of reel. Wet weather gear going on. Always a good idea. Get the wet weather gear on, and then you can just have a little rest up really while you're fishing. I'll just put this over here and back onto the path. Not wanting to film people walking, they're just out for a nice gentle summer. Are we in summer yet? You can never tell. Nice gentle walk. A bit like me, except I'm carrying camera kit and some microphones. Now, I'm not the tallest person in the world, but now I feel really short as the path dips down a little bit. We have peg 435 there. And then a boat. Local man. Hopefully someone will have a good day today, fingers crossed. Right, keep walking down. Have a little pause here, just checking make sure there's no bikes behind me. So we're on 433. So as you can see, the canal's got a little bit narrower here. Got a couple of runners going past, so we'll give them a chance to get past me. Yeah, so it's slightly narrower here. I haven't fished this section myself. I've only ever been up by the bridge, Castle Bridge. Saw many years ago. Primarily, for the last 10 plus years, any open matches, I've ended up stuck drawing at Ree. I say stuck, so the pegs I'm normally on, pretty dire. I'm always late to the draw, so if it's a time draw, I'm nearly always last to draw. And the one time when the guys gave me a chance to say, "Go on, Jen, for a change, why don't you draw first?" So I did, and I drew the worst peg on the lake, which they all thought was great. But that just basically sums up how good my draw hand is, which is rubbish. That's where a couple of the guys this morning you might see on the live were asking, "Oh, you want to draw for me, Jen?" I politely declined because I didn't want to mess up their weekend. Peg 430. It looks like almost a different canal at this point. You see, the brambles aren't really overhanging on the far side. It's quite well trimmed. It's a lot narrower. It's very different to the Saul end in terms of how it looks. And we have
Not
Mr.
Very good, boss.
Mr. Didcot. So we've got a boat coming through again then.
I've got a boat coming through, yeah. Just gonna wind in now. Just don't like not being able to see people.
Yeah, you're a little bit blind here, aren't you? You can't see over the top of the reeds, so you can't see people going past.
Kind of half of me doesn't want to look now. I've had nothing so far.
It's early minutes.
Yes. Dave on the next peg had a perch.
Oh, okay. Dave's had a perch on the next peg.
I had a somewhat frightened maggot. So, as you say, early days.
So how many lines have you got set up?
I fed 2 to start with, and I've got the opportunity to put a third one in, got it all picked up and everything like that, but yeah, I was a little bit concerned that not had at least a few rattles from little fish or something like that, but I don't know.
That's because the big fish are waiting.
Meh. Hope they're not waiting too long. Just calm the old nerves down, but get you started, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
I try to not fed a massive amount in pre-baiting. Try to be as positive as I don't want to be too positive because I don't want to cook my peg, but put a little bit of bait in, fed a bit more shorter because last week when Dave ran the match down that way, he said he couldn't catch anything across, caught all of his fish short, so I put a a reasonable amount with my bait up rod on the short line with a little bit of chop worm and some dead pinkies and stuff. Just try and set it up for a rival. Yeah, whether we get one or not is another matter, but I mean, can't go anywhere near it just yet. But I mean, if this doesn't fire up, I mean, it's one of those. But just looking for opportunist fish to start with, because I don't think anything wants to live here because it's so narrow and stuff. And you look at, you know, that tree over there and the wide bit down there. You, being a fish, you'd want to be somewhere like that. I mean, even a grebe come through just now and swam off. So that tells you everything. Dave's got a bit of a bite there, hasn't he?
Might have a little wander over and see Dave.
Go see Dave. Let's see what he's catching. He's catching more than I am. Or he's getting bites. Just not a surprise given the cover he's got and everything like that.
Right. Good luck. We'll see you in a bit.
Yes, you will see me in a bit. What's he got? A little skimmer. But we'll see.
All right. Good luck.
Wang one on. Only a little one.
Oh,
Or something.
a fish is a fish. He said it's only a little one.
And then swing it. Oh no, it's a little skin bob. Oh,
Hey, there we go. First fish of the day. Very nice. Hey.
I've not blanked anyway.
First of many, Ian. First of many.
One of one.
As was Ian saying that he's not been too positive with the pre-baiting. He's baited up two lines with options. So we're just going to wait here. Just going to let him cast before I move past. Actually, looking at the bank, I think Ian's kind of hidden a little bit. So when he was saying you couldn't see anybody, so he's got all of this high grass, and then you'll see Ian's barrow, and there's a few boats, and you can't actually see any other anglers. Whereas if I just whiz us back round here, see Dave's got free eyes on a few others. Which is good when you want to be nosy. Okay, he's catching a few, and keep walking. Got a fair bit of the match length to cover. Well, not a fair bit, got the whole match length to cover, which is 74 anglers fishing today. It's a 2-day match. There's 3 sections of 12 in this zone, so this is zone B. Oops. Dodgy camera skills. A bit of lily cover on the far side up here. Just about see it on the camera. I have got a mic stick with me. It's not very long. I've not brought the longest mic stick. A few of the anglers, I should say as well, I haven't just stopped Ian out of the blue and interrupted his fishing. He has agreed to have a chat with me today. I have agreement from a couple of anglers to do the same. I'm an angler who does not like chatting too much during a match. So the last thing I want to do is talk to people while they're fishing and they're trying to concentrate. So had a chat with a couple of the guys at the draw, and they've agreed that if I stop with them, they'll have a bit of a chat, and they're happy to chat on camera, on mic. have a longer mic pole for next time. Hopefully there will be the next time. Better keep it going, I quite like this. It's quite nice being out for the day. Walking and talking nonsense to myself. You had any touches yet?
No, is anyone up there? I don't know.
Yeah, Indicot's just had a small skimmer,
Yeah.
and chap this side of him, I think Dave, he's had a couple of small ones. So
Already, bloody hell.
yeah, nothing of any size, but
I think
yeah.
last week that end was better, wasn't it, up there?
Yeah.
Not this end. You never know. I'm an egg peg, aren't I? So
Exactly, every day's different. So
I've got a few bites.
very early days.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Lost her in it.
Yeah. Yes.
Turn up any time.
Me too. I've had plenty of matches where I've been blanketed up until the last 15 minutes and then just
Yeah,
had
yeah.
chuck after chuck.
Well, I spoke to Phil. I'm sure he said the last couple of matches he's had on here, he's caught a couple for him late.
Yeah.
So
They do tend to turn up a bit later.
rather than a bit earlier.
Settles the nerves, right?
Hey?
Settles the nerves.
Yeah, it keeps you, stop falling asleep.
Don't do that. You'll get very wet.
No, definitely not.
Have a good one. See you later. Right. Yes, there's MPEG. Now just going to have a little wander down. It's just boats up here really. This is peg 420, so he must be 421 or 422. They've pegged every other peg. There's plenty of room for the anglers. There's also the challenge of boats that might turn up in the evenings. The pegging was done after Thursday, so it tends to be most boaters move on Thursdays. So when matches are being pegged, guys tend to go around sort of late Thursday or Friday, have a little check and see where boats are moored up, and then make sure there's plenty of. Oh, frightened me. All right, wasn't paying attention. Yeah, make sure that there's plenty of room. So if there's a peg either side of a boat, and then there'll be another spare peg, so that if the boat has moved or another boat has joined it, then it's quite easy for the anglers to move down one extra peg without impacting anyone else. So you don't end up with loads of phone calls and loads of peg movement, which is great. It's a challenging venue to peg, let alone fish. There's a lot of effort goes into it, and it's a long stretch of canal. Another view across the fields over towards May Hill in the distance over there, over the other side of the River Severn. We're quite close to the River Severn here, so if you head over through those fields or just driving a car down the road, you'll get to the Anchor pub, and there is the River Severn there. So it's quite popular when the Severn Boar is due for people to turn up and ride the boar if it's big enough. Fancy bringing a surfboard. It's quite nice to sit in the pub, particularly on a summery day. Set yourself up in the pub garden with a drink and a packet of crisps. It's quite nice, quite pleasant. Really good food in the Anchor. This is not sponsored by the Anchor, but it's one of my favourite places to go. On the subject of that, there is no sponsorship for this content. This is purely me and an idea. I do have quite a hefty coffee habit. If anyone would like to buy me a coffee, there's a link in the channel. You can go there and just pop a £1 or £2 on there. Anything from an espresso to a flat white. Flat white's the winner. And I'd be very, very grateful. Don't have to, I'm doing this for the love of it. Ask me if I'm still doing it for the love of it when it's throwing it down with rain later. Right, so we're heading down to the Bridge Castle at the moment. There is a section of anglers past the bridge, and that's the final for Zone B. I believe. If I've got that wrong, I'm just walking this way for no reason because my car's back there. But I'm going to keep going. Have a little look. It's very wide here. Having said about how narrow it is, around about 429 where Ian is, it's very wide. You see a large patch of lilies over on the far bank over there, which are just brilliant. Love fishing to lilies, particularly on natural venues. I like it on commercials as well. Used to fish the lakes over in the Forest of Dean, Lightmoor, Steam Mills. Steam Mills in particular had some beautiful lily pads you could fish to. It was great. It's the fields. Quite a few family farms around this area. I grew up playing on 2 of those farms. Absolutely brilliant. Very good memories. Lots of lilies on the inside. Oops, lots of lilies on the inside as well. Here. And that boat over there that's moored in a patch of lilies pretty much. It's quite impressive. So, right. Just going to kind of look over here, coming up. It's got a little family heading past us. Just wanting to give them a little bit of privacy. So we're going to look at some trees. There's nothing else to look at on the canal side anyway, because there is no one. Just make sure it's pointing up there. Have a look at the trees. There we go. Yeah, there's no one fishing down here. It's a little bit of info. There you go, Park End Bridge. I've known it's Castle Bridge. It's Park End. There used to be just past the bridge coming up, so it's quite a low bridge, this one, and there used to be a cafe, restaurant-y type place called Castle Guest House. It was brilliant. They did an amazing Sunday lunch. Spent a lot of time there as a child. I feel like I did. I probably didn't. I probably went there about 3 times, but you know how you forget when you're a child just how often you do things. It seems like you're doing it all the time, and actually you've gone once this year. Anyway, I'm also an ex-rower. I used to rowed with a couple of rowing clubs over the years. St Neots in Cambridgeshire, Maidenhead Rowing Club on the Thames, and Gloucester. Did a brief stint with Gloucester Rowing Club. One of my fond memories was coming up here from the boathouse and going under the bridge. It was brilliant. You had to lie down in the boat because it is a very, very low bridge. So the cox gave a shout for us to pick up a bit of speed, and we let down. Made sure that the oars were flat on the water so that we didn't capsize under the bridge, obviously. It's very safe. And walked on down. Right, okay, just going to go over the bridge now. So I'm going to stop paying attention to what is going on here. No cars, off we go. We've got Oakie Farm there. So Oakie Farm was one that I used to spend some time in as a child. We had a family friend who owned that farm, and it was, well, probably still is beautiful, but I just haven't been there. And it is just such a lovely area. Great people all around. I love the farming community. Absolutely brilliant. Loads of lilies, look at those. Look at that. All the way up to the bridge. That's the bridge keeper over there on the phone. So we've already had the big boat, the Edward Elgar, go up. That went up at about, I want to say 10:15 this morning. Those of you who don't know, the Elgar is a massive block of flat style boat, which does disturb things a little bit. Okay, so just have a little look around here. I don't want to put the camera in windows of a boat because that's just not fair. But also I've got someone coming up with their dog I don't want to film them either because I haven't asked them for permission, so I'm being very good. I don't know whether anyone can hear any of this because I'm rambling and it's poor signal. Anyway, so just coming up to where Castle Guesthouse used to be. Getting my steps in today. It's very good. I'm getting hungry though. I need a lunch break. That's the other thing I do. I eat quite a lot. Drink a lot of coffee. I need a lot of snacks. Right, let's have a little walk. Keep moving past here. Hiya. Hello. Beautiful dog. Gorgeous doggy. One day I'll be able to do this. I'll have a dog with me. If my husband's listening or got this far, which I doubt he will have done, definitely going to get a dog. Right. So this is the final section, probably also known as the first section in Zone B, but I have gone from the far end to this bit. So as a reminder, there's two zones in this match. It's a 2-day match. 2 zones, A and B. B zone is from here, so what is Castle Up, Castle Down and Saul. 12 per section, 1 point for first, 12 for 12th, as I understand it. Last year's first and second are both in Castle Down section, so Jeff and Ian Didcott. Ian's not feeling quite so confident today. It's just starting to rain. Perfect. Let's see how long we can keep going for before it gets too heavy. Keep trying. Not afraid of the water, but electronics are. So what I could have done is invested in a whole load of microphones and dropped them off with loads of people. Although previous experience of recording matches are that microphones, particularly ones that are lapel microphones, drop off quite easily when you're setting up, no matter how you connect them. Also battery life, I have to give that a consideration too. So that's what used to be over there, the Castle Guesthouse. Used to go there with my family, my grandparents, my mum, my dad, my sister, and we would have a Sunday lunch, have a little look at the canal. Dad and I were always looking at the canal, wishing we brought our fishing kit. Actually, probably more so my dad, thinking about it, because I think we used to go to the Castle Guesthouse just before I started fishing. Grass is quite high here. So again, if you're an angler who likes to be nosy and see how others are doing, being pegged on this section is quite tricky. I remember my dad was pegged a bit further down for Feeder Masters qualifier years ago, and he actually qualified that year. He was on the MPEG, or he was second to MPEG, either way, and the grass was massive, and being unable to see what other people are up to is quite tricky. Definitely not going to try and record audio on the way back up to Park End Bridge because the wind It's actually pushing me along now. It's so strong. It's quite open here. It's spotting with a lot of rain. Quite lucky either which way we're facing at the moment, so I've chosen the right way to go. So you can see quite a lot of boats on the far bank. There'll be some fish hold out there. Currently at peg 381. There you go, 381. And there's a boat that my daughter would love. It's got a unicorn on it. Definitely still in our unicorn phase. Okay. Picturesque landscape. A lot of barns as well. Necessary. Quite a bit of rain. Hopefully you can still hear me alright. It's a bit of rustling. I was going to put my hood up, but yeah, actually I need to put my hood up. Right, there we go. Oh, that's a bit better. Very grateful for my fishing wet weather clothing right now. It's brilliant. Right. Peg 378. That's the weather forecast. Ah, Steve Sadler. Just starting. You had anything yet?
I've got 3 skimmers.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
You caught them short or?
I was 2 short and 1 long.
Okay.
Well, only one's like that and 2 like that.
Yeah. Is anyone else catching further up?
I can't see.
Oh yeah. No, nothing big enough to be of note.
No.
Cool.
I only see Alan. There's 2 pegs in between me, Alan, and that chap up there.
Yeah. Got quite a lot of space.
Yeah. Is there much caught?
Just a couple of bits. So Ian on 429. So he had one little one while I was there, and then Dave next to him's had a couple of little skimmers. And that was about 11:15. So hopefully this will all blow over and.
Yeah. Well, I don't worry. It's beautiful.
Like the rain?
I don't mind it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stops the walkers, doesn't it?
It does.
It's not too bad here.
Yeah.
But when you get Empstead and all that, it's.
Yeah, especially where the path's really narrow and you get the
Yeah.
bikes and the walkers, it can be quite
When
tricky.
it's nice, you get more and more out there.
You do, yeah. Well, good luck for the rest of it.
Yeah, cheers, Gemma.
See you in a bit. Steve Sadler, he's had a couple of, well, 3. It's not too bad, 3 so far. Let's have a little look. Where are we at the moment? We are about 40 minutes in. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully get a few more as well. Pig 376. It's a little bit, the path here is a little bit more bumpy. I just need to watch my footing a little bit because if anyone's going to go flying, it'd be me. At least I'll still be recording because I won't be able to stop as I fall. You'll just hear an oomph. Right. It's probably going to drizzle off and on all day, I think. Don't think it's going to be quite as bad as originally forecast. Bad for me would be torrential rain and howling gales. So yeah, it could be a lot worse. quite like feeder fishing. My mum always used to come with me when I was younger, keep me company, make sure I was safe. She never enjoyed it when I went on the feeder. She liked something to watch. Ooh, that's a lamb. Looked like half decent skimmer bream. Maybe. Yeah, she was never a fan of me fishing the feeder. Found it too boring. Much rather have a float to watch. I think it's because she couldn't see the feeder tip, which I get. Make sure I'm not going to get run over by anybody. No, good. Right. Is that the first?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice one.
Little roach.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not too bad starter then.
No.
Just tight over to the far bank. Sensible decision having the umbrella up. It is very windy. And here we have the last peg. Brilliant. Right, so connection is unstable. That's not good, is it? Let's turn around. Let's see how we get on. Into the wind and rain. Right. Find a little bit of signal again. Once I do, have a little bit of a tidy up. Oh, and this will do then. Right. So, we've walked the whole length of Zone B. So, what we're going to do now is going to take a bit of a break, getting battered by the wind. Take a little bit of a break, have a drive towards Pilot and Reef section. This is the next plan. Have a little look and see how they're getting on. Try and drop Diddy a message in a little while, just see how he's getting on, see if he's having any more luck. But it's been good. We've seen a couple of fish caught. Not quite an hour in yet, nearly an hour. 4 hours to go. Fingers crossed. Whew. Gonna need to battle the wind now to get back to the car. Wish me luck.